Hey, everybody, welcome in. Good to see you. Welcome back and happy Halloween. That would be what today is, as you can see from this, as you can see from John's background. It's it's Halloween, so we appreciate everybody for being here. This video should be posted on the day in the morning, so you have all day before trick-or-treating to watch it. But without further ado, we're gonna hop in because there's a lot to talk about. Most of it's quick hits, but sometimes those can be a lot of conversations that come from that. So before we get to all of that, we have some Halloween topics. We have some other topics, but I want to see how these three guys are doing. We actually have a live Andrew back now, so that's fantastic. So we'll start with you, Andy. What's up? How you been? What have you been playing? Why were you gone last week?
Doing pretty good. I don't know what you're talking about. My camera just froze. Yeah,
We were arguing the entire time that we were talking. Just, why won't it learn?
We were out on vacation last week, so me and my family went to Disney World. Had a real good time over there. Went to all the parks and did all that good stuff. Halloween party, had a blast. Real fun, also tiring.
I bet.
Friggin' my son on one of the days, my birthday last week, when he got this hat one of the first days. It was the new animated Iron Man show. Got this hat, and he was wearing it that morning. And then later in the day, I'm like, Xander, where's your hat? He's like, I don't know. I'm like, sick. All right, we didn't have the hat. So I'm like, I paid $27 for this flipping hat that he's had for 3 days.
Hell yeah.
So I'm like, all right, I know it's got to be somewhere. So I walk all the way across the park, and thankfully they had it at like one of the first rides we were at.
Oh wow.
At the day. Yeah.
Wow.
So I got that hat back. I was like, pretty proud of myself.
There you
What
go.
are the chances of that?
That's funny.
I mean, it had to be. We knew he hadn't had it for a while when we were thinking about it. And I went to the second place we were at first, and they didn't have it. So I'm like, I'm already here. I might as well go to this first ride that we went to, when we were pretty sure he still had it. So yeah, and they found it. I don't know where the heck it was, but they had it. And yeah, and the kids knocked out while I was walking around. Got my steps in for the day.
Hell yeah. One and done.
Yeah. So yeah, that was a blast. Obviously wasn't playing much while we were out there. But since I came back to do more in our online dynasty with football. But
Yes, sir.
Other than that, I really haven't had time to play anything else. So recently it's just been the football. We're almost to the beginning. I guess we're on week 0 now.
Yeah.
So
only a few people had a game. So off and running on season 2. It only took us, I don't know, 4 months, right? No big deal.
3.5.
3.5.
Yeah.
That's all right. That's and we'll be done in no time. You know what I mean? On to season 3. Dan, what have you been doing? What have you been playing?
Well, me and the fam, we didn't have any vacations or anything, but always enjoy the family time. I'm glad you found that hat, Andy. When I went to Disney when I was little, I'll share. I didn't have an imaginary friend. I had a Cabbage Patch doll named Adam. And we realized when we left that we think we left him in the hotel, and we turned around to go back, and we couldn't find him. He disappeared that day, never to be seen again. I still have the last picture of him. It's an unsolved mystery. So
probably still a big topic in therapy, right?
Therapy. Why would I need therapy? Why would I need therapy?
Why would?
I'm clearly past it. I'm just saying, like, terrible things happen to good people down in Florida. So I'm glad that you were a victim of the trafficking ring they have down there, Cabbage Patch trafficking ring they have down there. But I have been doing well. Playing wise, playing Power Wash Simulator 2 a little bit the last 2 days. Played some Payday 2 with you and John a bit. Been playing Pokemon Gold on my Game Boy Color.
Nice.
Also been playing.
Catch that Oho?
Not yet. I'm not that far. Been playing.
You gotta make sure to save it right beforehand, so you can try over and over again. It took me like 50 tries.
I spent forever fucking. I had to reload 6 times trying to catch. I don't remember which Pokemon it was. One that looks like a stupid reindeer, and I never caught it. And I was like, all right, this is going good. Been playing. Also been playing Yu-Gi-Oh! The Sacred Cards on my DS.
Oh,
It was
cool.
something I picked up on a trip. It was a little cheap one.
I do have a question real quick on that topic. The Yu-Gi-Oh! They had like an early. I don't remember what it was called. You know the game I'm talking about, Andy? It was a collection.
Early days.
Yeah.
I think it was like just called Early Days or something.
Is that in there or no? You might not know off the top of your head.
You asking me or Andy?
No, Andy. I didn't know if that game that on the DS was on that collection.
Oh,
I don't know off the
maybe,
top of my head.
I think that one, it's actually all handheld games. It's like Game Boy Color,
So it
and
wouldn't
maybe
be
some advance.
okay. I didn't know if it was the DS. You said
Is
DS
it
Lite,
an
right?
advance?
I'm
Is it an
I'm
advanced
playing.
game?
It's an advanced game. I'm playing it on the DS
Okay.
Lite.
It's probably
then
in
it
there.
might
Yeah.
be on there, yeah.
Yeah,
But it's all handheld games from those 3 systems. Some
Gotcha.
of which were only released in Japan,
Okay.
and one of which has no translation. So if you want to play it, it's in Japanese.
well, good thing I took 3 semesters of Japanese and remember none of it. So
Hell yeah. There you go, Dan. Good shit.
yeah, no, I had the itch a while back to play like Yu-Gi-Oh, but like the Yu-Gi-Oh that came out when we were younger, like
Exactly.
the first like couple months.
Yu-Gi-Oh! That made sense.
Yeah, where it's like Dark Magician, Blue Eyes, like that's that stuff.
Nothing
And
too
this one
crazy.
was like a fairly simple like battle city type setup. You have to go around the city and battle people. I got it before my trip not that long back to Nebraska, something to play on the plane. So I've just been trying to finish grinding out that. So I'm doing a lot of the old school handheld the last week or two.
Love that. Hell yeah. John, how about you, man? What have you been up to? What have you been playing?
Well, I have been up to.
Great, thanks, John. Jordan, how are you?
Bye in the distance.
See you later. I had to reach into one of these pumpkins.
Have not been up to much. I'm just big ambitions and backyard baseball are the two things that I've been focused on. I'm trying to get those wrapped up. I had my library of videos that got it all the way down. So now I'm at a pressure cooker now where basically like I have to record because otherwise I got nothing. But it's actually kind of a nice change of pace from what I was doing, from having 20 videos in the tank waiting to drop. So that's kind of nice. It keeps me present. If there's an update, boom, I can get the update and move right along. We just wrapped up. Let's see. I just recorded game 3 of Backyard Baseball of the 5-game series. So we were tied 1-1. So we got game 3 I just wrapped up. You guys will see that Sunday. So hopefully,
No spoilers.
We'll see if I pulled it off and took control of the series, or if the Minty Pickles moved into that
Fucking
control
Minty
position.
Pickles.
I'm telling you, they're giving me everything I can handle. I swear, I have Googled, I've done my research because it's pissed me off so much. I like my team has just gone to the pits. Now here in the final World Series, event, like undefeated, just crushed my league. It was no competition at all. And then once the playoffs started and I hit the other team, the Inky Squids, I could tell that there was a difficulty increase, but it felt like there was a difficulty increase for the team I was playing. And then I swear the game has weakened my team because my guys just can't do anything. And so I'm Googling that. And I'm like, is there fatigue in backyard baseball? And you get Google, you get some people say yes, some people say no. So it's like, who the hell knows?
Sure.
Or email a developer of the game. Like, did you add this? I swear. But you'd think that it would be true for the other team then. Like, we'd both be exhausted at this point in the season. But these guys are just hammering.
Wild.
I don't understand it. So I am. For as cakewalk as my entire season has been, now all of a sudden it's like I'm having to earn these wins moving forward, here at the very end. So we'll see We'll
All
see
right.
how it goes.
All right. Well, again, check that video out Sunday, you said, right? Sunday?
Every Sunday, Leprechaun Bombs,
love
backyard
that.
Sunday night, backyard baseball.
Hell
Wrapping
yes.
up.
Very nice. Cool. Just to round it out, I guess what I've been playing. I have found out that I am no longer any good at finishing games. I don't know what the problem is. I'm just not good at it. I haven't finished Chronos. Haven't finished Hades 2. Haven't finished Ball Pit. Haven't finished. What was another one? Borderlands. I did. Mega Bonk. You don't really complete that game, but I'm just realizing I'm not great at it. But I'm pulling it back.
Is it a scenario? Is it a Red Dead Redemption 2 situation where it's like you're either in chapter 2 or chapter 3, and everything is, like everything is good in those chapters, and you don't want to continue.
Yeah. It's not
because
that.
you know what's gonna happen. So you're like,
I know, yeah.
I'm gonna live in happiness.
I know what you mean, but I kind of wish it was that where it's in there like I have the control. But for me, it's like, Hades 2 is a little different because that's a roguelike. So you start over. You die, you start over. You do the run again. You die, you obviously get stronger and more weapons and stuff. But man, I don't know what it is. I just can't do it. But that's a very good point. I wish it was that Red Dead thing that you mentioned, but it's just I used to be able to do bigger chunks of games or bigger chunks of time into a game would keep me interested. Now it's smaller chunks, but then those smaller chunks spread out over a long period of time end up losing my interest. Right. And I'm like, fuck, I got to hop onto something else, or something else does come out that I've been looking forward to more, but that's okay. Regardless, there's too many games. There always will be, no matter what, all the time. What doesn't help, Andy, you don't know this, but what doesn't help is when you go out and buy a Nintendo Switch 2 with Pokemon ZA in it. That doesn't help, obviously, lower the amount of games that you have. So made that purchase more kind of impulsive, I think. Well, I mean, obviously, I wasn't planning on it. I think we all had this conversation. John asked me if I had Bonanza. I don't. So I don't have that one yet, but I do have Mario Kart World. It happened because I was playing Mario, I think Smash Brothers Ultimate with obviously my wife and daughter. We're all playing as a family, and I was like, God, how sick is it going to be to play this on like the next one? Or I play Mario. We were playing Mario Kart as well. So I was just like, how sick would it be? And then we were like, fuck it. I'm gonna go do it. Just did it.
Find out how sick it'll be.
Did the family go to the store and buy it, or did you pick it up by yourself?
We went to Target and I bought it at Target because you get 5% off. Plus they had the one with the game, which is the same cost as a normal I almost said PS2, Nintendo Switch 2. So, I mean, it came with the download of that game. So whatever, I'll save, what is that, 60, 70 bucks. So,
yeah, but
they were there when we bought it. I bought a Pro controller for a used one from Disc Replay in our area. That was awesome. They have all sorts of stuff, which is strange, but it's also, I shouldn't be surprised because I worked at GameStop after launches and that stuff came in real quick, right? Some people were like, I don't like it. I'd like to trade this in.
Yeah.
Like, do you realize how much money you're losing? Right. You know what I mean? Like, people still want these things. So whatever, I'll do it. You know what I mean? So, yeah. But other than that, I have been playing Battlefield 6. Hades 2 is still on the docket, and then that's it for now. But I'm trying to pull back how many I am playing. But Dan, actually, you mentioned Pokemon. I have been playing Pokemon Black version 2 on the 3DS. So that's been a lot of fun. I've got 2 gyms down, 2 gym badges. Took Oshawott, evolved it into, what is it, Dewott or Dewott or whatever you want to call it. And we're going strong. So I'm really excited about that. That's been a lot of fun, just kind of a trip down memory lane. That's also not a cheap game, so I'm trying to blast through it so then I can put it back on the shelf in its case where it belongs. But yeah, it's been a good time down memory lane. All right, thanks for the kind of rounding up how you guys have been doing. But we're gonna hop into kind of the theme and the day that we're releasing this show. Andy, you put this on your favorite scary horror Halloween games. With 2 different categories, your favorite and then probably the best that you have played. Andy, I'll pull you back in, man. I want to start with you. Do you have a favorite scary horror Halloween-ish kind of game?
you know, when you always think of the, I guess, staples, you know, when it comes to
Mm-hmm.
that, your Silent Hills, your Resident Evils, um, stuff like that. Um, and there's lots of great ones
Yep.
for those. You got Silent Hill, Silent Hill 2, 1 even with Pyramid Head.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Resident Evil 7 is honestly probably one of my favorites. That one was great. Um, I want to mention I really enjoyed Costume Quest. If you played that,
Oh yeah, my Ness did. My wife, she played that.
yeah. I haven't played the second one. And there's also apparently a show on Amazon for Costume Quest.
No shit.
Um,
That's cool.
yeah,
That's
I
really cool.
didn't, but yeah, it was. That's a good little game. It's a Halloween game, not scary, but you know
Mm-hmm.
you're playing as these kids with big imaginations and Halloween. That's a fun little game that I really enjoyed too. Um, but yeah, I mean, other than that, yeah, I'd probably go to that. Um, Resident Evil 7
Mm-hmm.
and um, Silent Hill 1 and 2. And, you know, I would obviously say I don't think I would call it a horror or necessarily scary, but obviously, you know, Alan Wake 2,
Hell
um,
yeah.
my
Bleep bloop
my
bleep bloop for
favorite
these two fuckers over here.
favorite game
Bleep, bloop, bleep,
of
bloop.
all time. So,
Also, by the way, Andy, 2-year anniversary. Happy birthday to Alan Wake 2. I think what, 2 days ago, 3 days ago, 4 days ago from this
yep.
from the posting of this video. So that's sick. Second anniversary. That's really cool. All good choices, by the way. All fantastic choices for your favorite. John, what about you? You have a favorite scary horror game? I know you put off RE2 remake for a long time because of that reason. So, but is that kind of what you're?
Is there any other answer that I would give? Maybe if there was a Halloween video game.
Well, there
Wait a
is.
minute. I think there will be.
Next year there's gonna be one coming out.
So it's possible that one might usurp to the top, but I mean,
Pretty sure there is one for Atari 2600 you could play.
Super scary. The
hey,
realism's insane.
Yeah, just has me staying up late at night. Just give me the nightmares.
Oh, why can't you sleep? I was playing this Atari game. You're like, shut up.
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up. That's fantastic.
Yeah, no, it has to be Ari.
I agree.
Shit. I don't at this point they're also fantastic. You know, for forever and ever I never played Zero, and then when I did finally play it, I loved it. I thought it was great. Obviously 2 holds a special place. I enjoyed 3 make. I know universally nobody did, but
Really?
I enjoyed it. I
Didn't hear that.
Yeah, I mean it's honestly it's almost hard to have for me it's hard to not like a Resident Evil game. You know, Operation Raccoon City, again, universally everybody hates that game.
That one, yeah.
I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. It was fine.
It's a real simple,
awesome. Those are all
simple,
fantastic.
good way to live, John.
It's a change of pace. Yeah.
Good way to live.
I was the only ones I never played was 7 and Village, and I really don't have. Maybe one day, but I don't know. I'm a Raccoon City timeline person.
So you played
That's
Resident Evil Gaiden?
You know, I haven't, but I've watched videos of people who have.
Sometimes that's enough. Yeah, it's more time consuming or less time consuming to do that.
Yep. So yeah, 100%. My votes. Throw up a Resident Evil game and see what I catch.
Good answer. Dan, what about you? You have a favorite?
I haven't really played like a ton of what I guess you would consider scary games really in quite some time.
He's too chicken.
Checking. He's a checking shit.
Bobby's Playhouse.
Look at it.
Bobby's Playhouse. Escape the back rooms. Climb the back rooms.
God, I just.
Yeah, right through the screen. Get him. Let it out.
But I know, like as a kid, the ones that always got me, like I mean, I'd say a kid through junior high, even into the start of high school. Resident Evil, the original Resident Evil 2 was always creeped me out, and Dino Crisis.
That's my game.
The first one, the first Dino Crisis. I just remember like there's a section where you have to run back and forth between some chain link. I don't remember what it is, but one time randomly it'll trigger a raptor. They'll jump through and get you. Hellblade is really, it gets me, but like the problem with me was just I have some anxiety buildup, and because that has got such
anxiety.
That's the song that plays in Hellblade. Yeah, in Hellblade, that's what they play.
They do a really, really good job. And I know that they brought in like specialists and stuff to try to kind of mimic some of the symptoms of like schizophrenia and things like that. It actually makes me very, very like truly uncomfortable, not scared, but uncomfortable. Like I get almost like an anxiety attack when I play it.
Dude.
Like, so
it's one
of those games I keep going back and trying to finish. It's just very hard for me just because the way it clicks with me. I feel like I have to get up, walk around my house, like leave the room. And it's not because I'm like scared. It's just I feel uncomfortable, like unsettled, not in a good like way. So I mean, they nail their job. It's just for me more than maybe an average person that doesn't have, like I've got, a history with some different things. Like it makes it difficult, but that one gets me.
I feel you. That's a really good answer too.
Yeah.
But because like there's different types, right? That game makes you feel actually uncomfortable versus like, a jump scare, right? That game does a fantastic job of that. Also, on that note, you'll be happy to know that the Ninja Theory is putting together that experimental psychological horror game, Project Mara, by the way. So if you're really feeling it, Dan, you could really piss your pants maybe a little bit down the road.
I really just want to feel fucking miserable.
Yeah. So they can actually be in that genre, right? If I was to give my favorite, which is again not the best, but my favorite, I've got a couple down here. I've got some different kind of categories for it. So I've got Condemned 1 is one of my favorites. It just is. Like it's fantastic. That one has combat though. So that's like that style. Also in that vein of like has combat that you can actually defend yourself. Dead Space. Love Dead Space. The remake or remaster or whatever, fantastic. Absolutely just bringing it to a modern thing with updated. Beautiful. Chef's kiss. Another one is RE7 and RE2. That's what I put down for those. Those are some of my favorites. RE7, but then RE2 remake is the Resident Evil version of that one. And then I've got two other ones that are my favorites, and then I'll save the other one when we get to the actual best. And maybe your answers are going to be the same. If they are, that's fine. You can quickly go over it. But I have Outlast, no combat, right? Outlast, you don't have any combat. It's terrifying. It's scary. You can't do anything. You're just running away, right? Or hiding, which can sometimes be worse, right? And then a game called Visage was another one that I absolutely loved. No combat, nothing like that. It was puzzle elements to it, but it was also super eerie and scary and those kind of things. And then favorite is shout out to the Mass Effect Blood Trail mission, right? Or not, I'm sorry, not Mass Effect, Max Payne. I was not going into Mass Effect. The Max Payne Blood Trail mission is super scary for me. I don't know why, but maybe it was the time I played it. I don't know how young I was at that time, but that one always kind of messed with me too. Of course, when you get to the end, it's really the heartbreaking part of it. But yeah, Andy, is this going to be the same answer for you when it comes to the best, or do you have a different, maybe one game that sticks out as the best for you?
The best horror game?
Yeah.
Gosh.
Because I have one. If you don't, I can go from there.
Obviously, all those that we talked about are great. I don't know if I can pick just one. What is yours?
Mine's Alien Isolation. I love that game so much. And I was very excited to hear there's like a sequel or follow-up to that coming out. So that's mine. Alien Isolation, so damn good. There's a little bit of combat in that towards the end. The fire extinguisher and things. No, not a spoiler. You kind of get a flamethrower as you go. So really, really fun. The sound quality of that game, of where the alien is, where the detector for where the alien is coming down, there's the beeps and stuff. So good. Absolutely, really, really good. Do either one of you have a best in that category, or is it pretty much the same ones you mentioned with your favorites?
I don't really have a specific best for me.
I got you.
Just because I've got such a limited play pool, I guess.
I feel that. Same thing for you, John. Your best is probably your favorite.
I'm going to say the RE2 remake.
Hell
It was such a home run. Such a home run.
I
Mr.
know
X.
what mine is now. It's Charlie's Angels on the GameCube because it's torture to play.
Hell yes. What an answer. It's super scary to finish it, or to actually sit down and play it is the most terrifying thing you'll ever do. I love that.
You get like angry video game nerd at it.
Fantastic. All right. So off of the Halloween train, we're gonna hop off and kind of guess what? Xbox, Microsoft in the news again. Who would have guessed, right? Who would have guessed? Yeah, Jesus Christ. This one's not terrible news, at least the first one. But Halo Campaign Evolved. Yes, you heard that right. It's called Campaign Evolved. It's not called Combat Evolved. I don't know why. I'm assuming just because it's just the campaign. I hate that that's what they did, but whatever, it doesn't matter. Halo Remake. I'm going to bring this up and actually hop over. I'm hoping this isn't broken. So if it is, so be it. Here we go. Let's hop to this one. Let's see if it's broken. If it is, we'll go for it. Hey, it's not. Look at that. So Halo Campaign Evolved is getting a remake. But not only is it coming out for PC and Xbox, it is headed to PlayStation 5 for the first time. That's a crazy statement, to be honest with you. We'll get into the nitty gritty of what's going on. If you're the video you guys are watching with us, is the Silent Cartographer mission. There's like 13 minutes of gameplay, which I will hop forward a little bit, as what it looks like. So this game is being remade, in the Unreal Engine 5 or Unreal 5. I don't know. Unreal Engine 5, I think is what it is. But that's where they're making it. If you don't understand or you want to know why that's important, they're not using their slipspace engine that they use for Infinite and things like that. So it's utilizing a lot of the power, lighting, and all those kind of things that Unreal can give, I think. So that's why it's exciting to see what this looks like and how it plays. So yeah, do you guys?
This is not being developed by 343, right?
I don't remember. I'll find that out. But I think it's not 343 anymore. It's Halo Studios.
Well, it's not being developed by them either.
True, right? Well, yeah, but like that's what I'm saying. It's Halo Studios now. I think. I don't think it's actually called 343 Studios. But that's who's developing this. I don't know. What do you guys take on the entire package? Is it cool? This game's getting remade. Do you? I guess yeah. What's gut reactions, Andy? What do you got for me?
Is it cool that it's being remade? Yes, absolutely. Using Unreal 5, great choice. Looks beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
It came out several days before saying, rumor is Halo's coming to PS5, and then exactly that was announced. And I really think this is kind of, like the week before, I believe this was talked about last week, somebody at Xbox was calling exclusives antiquated, which obviously is
Sarah Bond.
Crock of crap.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Sarah Bond. Yeah, yeah.
I went on a rant on that one, so
okay. Good to know. My headset wasn't
he was here. He saw it.
Yeah,
he just wasn't working.
He just couldn't hear us, yeah, unfortunately.
Yeah. So yeah, that's obviously not true, but I mean, the defining series of Xbox no longer being, console exclusive just really cements their strategy now. And, um, you know, everything that's been happening, Phil Spencer has been getting a lot of
Mhm.
crap recently. Um, but as all of this has been happening, I think it's become more and more obvious that he has less power than he used to.
Yeah,
And
we
there's
talked about
people at
that as well.
Microsoft.
Yep.
Yeah, there's people at Microsoft making the choices. Um,
We talked
so
about the crazy
I don't-
expectations that the CFO put on the Xbox brand of the 30%, right, profit margin.
yeah,
Which is crazy. It's unheard of. It's people don't make that on a really, really good day. So it's just
Right.
crazy, outrageous numbers that they're trying to make them hit, which almost sounds like an excuse to be like, all right, we're gutting this. Not fully, but a big chunk of it, right? So that was my take. I had a lot to say last week, Andy. I know. Sorry, your mic wasn't working. I know your camera froze, but you know what I mean. I had quite a bit to say on that kind of stuff. But John, your gut reaction.
I'm
Oh, go
sure I
ahead.
have more to say in a little bit.
Yeah, for sure. John, your gut reaction. What do you think? Halo. I know it's the thing about this too. It does have 4-player co-op. It does have that split screen as well, which is cool, and online multiplayer for like the campaign. There is no multiplayer like PvP. So it is purely just play the campaign with friends.
This is campaign only.
Yeah. But what's your gut reaction on this existing?
It's cool. It's cool to watch. The nostalgia trip is cool to watch this. And I'm sure it'll be fine, but it's not. I don't, Xbox is always going to have, they're always going to have those early 2000s moments with Halo, and that won't be replicated. I think we live in a different world now with selections, with choices, with the volume of game, and the lack of time to play the games. So I don't think it's gonna be, if they think that this is going to be the absolute takeover that it was for Xbox, I think they're going to be sorely mistaken, because we just live in a different world now. I think,
I'll be honest with you.
Opinion.
I don't think this is for Xbox. If I'm being brutally honest, I think this is for the other platform, PlayStation, that's getting it. I think this is for them, right? This is just, hey, we can add this to Game Pass. It's going to look nice.
It's not going to be the same for those PlayStation people, is what I'm saying. Like,
well,
like it's
definitely
not. It's not going to hit like it hit on the Xbox. It'll be
definitely.
Oh, cool, it's Halo, but it's not going to be. It's not going to be the global phenomenon. It's going to be awesome, and then like the next week something else is going to be the major headline. So whereas Halo had an iron grip on the Xbox for all those years.
Mm-hmm.
It's a fun nostalgia trip. Like I said, but almost like the Gears of War one, it almost makes me wonder if this is just a very being the campaign only, if this is like a trial run, if this does do well and they move forward on a Halo 2, on a Halo 3, maybe they open up more features.
I see what you mean. I think, well, Halo 2, that's a, like, again, for Xbox, not necessarily. Just like the Gears of War, it's an introduction to the platform who hasn't had access to this game, right? Introduction. Hey, here's Gears of War Reloaded. Get the main story started off. We're going to be, they said Halo is coming to PlayStation moving forward. Like, all of their new games will come to play, like all the platforms, right? I don't know about Nintendo yet. I will see what that looks like. I would assume, because that's an even bigger player base. So, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
I'm hoping in this gameplay video, is there any moment where they have the hammer?
I don't think the hammer was in one.
Do you remember Griffball?
Oh yeah, I remember Griffball for sure. 100%. Love that. I was a league leading rusher in Griffball. Yeah. What do you mean?
Yeah. Oh man, nostalgia hits. It hits hard. It hits quick.
Yeah. Dan, what about you, man? How you feel Halo existing on other platforms, but then just in general?
I mean, this has been something that's been coming, right? Like we've had the understanding that it's been coming for a while.
Yeah.
I think the downside is like, right, like this happens, but it's not going to change. I don't think it's going to break down the barriers of like, let's just start sharing everything across platforms or anything. So good for PlayStation people, good for people that don't have Xbox, right? They get to experience something really cool. The Xbox folks aren't going to reap the same reward, right? Like we're not going to get God of War all of a sudden or
Yeah,
Spider-Man
right.
or
Yeah,
whatever,
of course.
which would make this a bit better, right? If it was kind of the opening salvo and knocking all that down.
I got you.
But Halo's always going to be the Halo that I remember that we played on the regular Xbox. They can remake it, they could do whatever. They can't taint or change the way that we remembered it, we enjoyed it, we cherished it. So
Yeah.
if other people get to enjoy it, right, and experience some things like that for the first time, then great.
Yeah, I agree. That's kind of where I'm at too. I'm kind of both ways. I'll be honest with you. I'm usually that guy who's like, more people playing stuff is awesome. But this one was weird. It was just the weirdest headline, the weirdest thing to read, right? As somebody who's been, I guess, a Xbox preferred platform, if you will, right? That's where I played all of my third-party stuff. It just was it's just what I chose to play on. So it's weird that we're in this timeline now that Halo is moved on to a different platform, and you can very clearly see the new strategy in full swing, I think, for what Microsoft and Xbox have planned for all of their stuff going forward. Do I know when stuff's going to come out day and date? Do I think they're all going to? I don't think yet, but I think eventually we're going to hit that point, right? Where we are the Xbox Halo, the next Halo comes out day and date with PlayStation. And, Fable is one that me and my wife talk about, like, where is it? Is this because they've delayed it to put more work into, like, hey, we're going to add it on PlayStation right away? Like, you know what I mean? Those kind of things is something you have to talk about now. But again, more people playing these fantastic games that we all are used to is not a bad thing. I'm very much okay with it. It just was weird. It's just weird to see this one. Gears of War did not have the impact that this one had. This announcement did, right? So, yeah, I guess this looks great. I'm glad it exists. It's going to be fun. Me and my wife are going to run through the campaign. It's going to be a good time. And more people being able to do that is a good thing. So there's nothing wrong with that. Let's see. Moving on. Next, Xbox. We're going to talk about it. So, Windows Central. This article comes from Windows Central. It's Jez Gordon. So I'm going to put all these source links for these articles in the description so people can have, that's kind of just the right thing to do rather than just mention who does it. So I'm going to do that moving forward. But Microsoft's ambitious new Xbox, your entire Xbox console library, the full power of Windows PC gaming, and no multiplayer paywall, which is kind of a crazy thing to say. New Xbox platform is said to be a premium experience, and now we have some details on what it'll look like. No gaming platform in history has been declared dead as many times as Xbox, yet alive. It still does. Microsoft itself earned its plenty of condemnation through when you are putting the clickbaitery aside. Owing a variety of rapid-fire strategy changes, large-scale layoffs, and disappointing price hikes, Microsoft hasn't exactly integrated itself into the remaining Xbox faithful as of late. Another wave of Xbox's doomed declarations dropped as Halo was finally announced for PlayStation last week, something we knew was happening for the last year prior. But there are still reasons to remain optimistic for the future viability of the Xbox ecosystem, even without exclusive games. I don't know if I don't have the same optimism for that. Microsoft Xbox platform has more support from Japanese developers than ever. Xbox Play Anywhere is seemingly catching on with developers at an increasing pace, and the Xbox Ally X PC gaming handheld is sold out in many core markets. The Xbox platform is evolving to encompass PC gaming, cloud gaming, and traditional console gaming too. But that latter point has fans wondering exactly what the next gen Xbox might look like. Let's see here. What we know, the next gen Xbox from Microsoft, will be curated Windows gaming PC, complete with your full native console library. Let's see here. Xbox CEO Phil Spencer has teased for many years the next gen will look like for Xbox, as people wondered exactly how the strategy might plan out. Last week, Phil Spencer said that people should look at the Xbox Ally for an idea where Xbox is headed. If you don't understand what that is, that's the new handheld that they have with Asus. And that thing it's basically a PC, right? It has everything on it. But it also allows you to access your Steam library, all of those things in one ecosystem or one device. So that's what people think is going to be the next premium console that they mentioned for Xbox. Let's see here. I wanted to talk about a couple different points here. They said they're committed to making hardware still, but it's going to be a premium product. So to me, that says 1,000 plus is what that's going to look like, right? So that's what your handheld, your next Xbox is going to look like. Let's see here. As many of us have come to expect, the next Xbox will indeed be a full bore Windows with TV optimized control or console style experience layered on top. Microsoft decided to sideline its own handheld plans to go to market with the Ally in partnership with Asus this year, starting gathering feedback and experience, essentially power its wave of console hardware. I'm told that Microsoft still has plans to make a handheld eventually too. Along the lines of this new plan, Xbox President Sarah Bond has teased a variety of first-party hardware made partnership with AMD. I'm going through a little bit here of what this is going to look like. So they're basically going to be making and developing a PC-style console, right? Plug and play is what they're hoping. What is, Dan, what's your takeaway? I want to know is how does that make you feel when you hear that a console is moving towards a PC style of a kind of a system? Because one thing consoles have always been is convenient. You put in a disc, you download the game, you plug in your controller and you play, right? There's no messing with anything. How do you think that translates, A, for people with Xbox, who have had one and continue to get one as they go? And then B, how does that make you feel being called a premium product moving forward?
I mean, like you said, premium product to me is just their way of trying to tell you ahead of time, expect to shell out a ton of money, right?
Right.
But I think the way that the consoles, things have been trending, it's inevitable that we're going to get to the point where consoles and PCs kind of they hit that crossing point, right? Like they continue to try to push the limitations, the hardware, the everything of the consoles, right? But you can't just buy a CD and put it in a console, the modern consoles, and play anymore, right? The convenience factor, all that stuff has been going away, right? Like you have to download everything. Everything is digital. Everything is whatever. And it's like if you're gonna have if you're eliminating some of the things that used to make a console, at this point, you might as well have a PC, right? They're just going to package it up a little differently than a traditional desktop tower, probably. Right?
You said it best. That's exactly the bucket I fall into, though. With this being a premium product, what makes someone like myself, whose catalog, history, gamer score, whatever, anything that you want to talk about has been linked to this system and this platform for so long, that why I'm trying to figure out myself why I would go and purchase one of these new premium products, right? Especially with the killer apps is what they used to call them, for like exclusives, right? That's what they used to say. So now that those are going somewhere else, that's where I'm firmly at, is what is the draw for somebody like me who does have a computer or a PC that is able to run these games, because I have Game Pass for PC, like, you know what I mean? So that's where I fall. But I don't think that's what they're worried about anymore, especially with this, third party approach to putting all their stuff on the hardware. And you kind of in the same boat? I mean, you shaking your head. I see you kind of agreeing on some points. How does that make you feel?
Yeah, I do agree on some of your points. You know, just like Dan said, this is something that I think Xbox and Microsoft have kind of been trying to move towards since the Xbox One. But they really, just did a poor job
Yeah.
And it kind of set them back. It's at that point now where, you know, they're about to hit that crossroads. And again, going back to what Xbox's strategy has been, you know, they're saying that we don't need these exclusives anymore. You know, and
What's like starting
all
something
that,
new and being like, see what we're doing is a good idea. We're the first ones to the party, so this is a good idea.
yeah,
Now they're almost trying to sell it to everybody else, but almost to themselves, right? Or to the other platforms to be like, what we're doing is we're the good guys here. And it's like, that's hard to believe given all the other news that has come out and everything else. Right. But anyway, sorry, interrupt. Go ahead.
and it seems like they're moving Xbox away from being, you know, the name of this division of hardware console to being more of, you know, the owner of all these developers, more of a Sega type, and it being just kind of the name of the gaming division of Microsoft. You know,
Mhm.
they're going to make this a Microsoft PC with an Xbox overlay, more or less.
Or just a normal Windows
You know,
PC and then gutted to be like, see, but we're also convenience of console like
yeah,
layers. Right. So yeah, I see what you mean.
yeah. So yeah, and you have that convenience. You can easily use everything's there. Um, and you know, I don't have a PC myself. I've always been more of a console gamer. Would I buy one of those? Probably eventually, but maybe not right away if it's premium price.
Right.
So, uh,
Hmm.
you know, but to your point, you know, somebody who does have a PC but also has an Xbox, you know, what, yeah, what is that gonna make you get this if you already have a PC?
Right.
Like, what's going to be different about it?
Well,
You know, one
especially
thing,
in the age where crossplay is so prevalent in almost any game that comes out. Right.
mhm,
Like I have my Xbox currently for college football 26 because it's not on PC. It isn't, right? But I could take that Xbox, trade it in, sell it, keep it, whatever, and buy a PlayStation 5. And I could still play in our dynasty with all of us. You know what I mean? So like,
yeah,
I would get the same thing. Plus, now apparently I don't have to worry about getting the console or exclusives, right? So that's not a thing where I'm attached to this because oh shit, Halo comes out, Fable, Gears of War, the games that I've loved for a long time are now here. So I'd be like, oh, this is where I want to stay. But now that they're transitioning over to the other platforms, it's like, well, let me get the PlayStation or whatever, the 6 or 5 or current, whatever it is. And then I still get the benefit of being able to play these games, but then also the added benefit of the games I've missed out on those other platforms for so long. So that's what my argument is. But that's yeah.
you
I don't
know,
know.
yeah, and that makes total sense. I definitely agree with that. One thing that I kind of wanted to touch on that I found really interesting, um, you know, also connected to what we've seen them do, is that some people at Microsoft are saying, "Hey, you know, Sony is not our competition.
Oh yeah,
Our competition is free form video like TikTok," which, when you think about it, kind of makes sense because it's kind of a competition for, you know, for you to consume their content
it's a
and not any other content.
it's a time
Yeah,
competition. Yeah.
a time competition now, which kind of does make sense. But how does video games directly compete with that? You know,
Yeah.
it
You,
how
you just
and that's
it's like you just like walked yourself through that and you're like yeah time. I
Right.
guess it's
Yeah.
guess
Well, that's what
it's
but
time.
also how do you I get what they're saying. All entertainment is technically competing for everybody's time. Always has been,
Yeah.
always will be. You don't watch a movie because you're watching a TV show. You don't watch a TV show because you're watching a movie. You don't watch a movie because you're playing a video game. And now they're trying to say you're not playing a video game because you're scrolling your phone on TikTok.
Yeah, you're too busy doom scrolling.
Yeah. And I'm like, holy shit. Like I do have my TikTok time, if you will. I think Andy's frozen again. Is that a real freeze this time? That's fantastic. That is absolutely fantastic. I love
What
that.
would be even better is if it wasn't a freeze and he was able to hold that. Incredibly still.
He's just sitting here like this. There he's back. He's like, there he is. Hell yeah. We thought you had the R down, Andy, of being frozen. We love that shit. Oh, he's frozen again.
Okay. I don't know if he can hear what we're saying, but on the surface, you hear.
Looks like he's doing the Kyle face. Sorry.
On the surface, you hear that our competition is what did he call it?
Short form video.
Well, short form video. We're a video game company, and our competition is short form video. On the surface, you hear that, and you're like, "What? What?"
Yeah,
you start thinking about it, and you're like, "God, it does make sense."
Yeah, but that's even further disconnecting. That's for me. That's more of like a disassociating.
It's a little bit of a cop out.
Yeah, you're disassociating yourself with like, oh, we weren't even competing with the other gaming companies. No, we were competing with TikTok and Instagram. I was like, no, that's why we're losing.
Killing you guys. Well, they're not our competition.
Yeah, we're not competing with them. We're just a video game company competing with not video game companies. Right, because McDonald's is in firm competition with like Dick's Sporting Goods, right? I mean, like those two, holy shit! I'm either buying a cheeseburger or some new cleats. So like, I just
one or the other.
It's very strange.
It's like Microsoft accidentally got in the position that they're in. They accidentally had success with the original Xbox. I don't think that they thought that it was gonna be what it was.
The 360, I think, is where it was. You know what I mean?
Well, the Xbox was enough success that they were like, "Oh,
okay,
all right." So they dumped some money. They absolutely had the smash of the 360, and they were like, "Oh yeah." And to Andy's point, like he was saying with the Xbox One, then they were like, "All right, now we've got them, so we're gonna start trying to incorporate their Microsoft vision of what they want," and that backfired 12 years ago.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, you said it well.
Slowly, they have fought the good fight. They have kept inching their way here, and now it's finally bubbled up to the surface. And now there are people. Earlier, Phil Spencer, he doesn't have the power that he used to have, and clearly he's not maybe the one able to make decisions now. There's people over him. That's the state of Microsoft now. Now there's enough people that hate Xbox in the Microsoft boardroom that now they're able to make these questionable and killing decisions.
Right. No, and you're dead on. Yeah, I think you're dead on with it.
Yeah, I mean, I guess Microsoft is just, like I said, they've accidentally gotten to this point, and now it just feels like with every decision that they've made recently, it feels like the top of Microsoft is finally like got the video game division in their sights.
Yeah, what you mentioned about Andy's thing where Phil Spencer doesn't have the control anymore, right? It doesn't feel like he has the decision-making effects there or opportunities that he had before. I like what you said about how they started off. Original Xbox was successful enough to launch
project. They were like, we're going to get in the video game industry.
Yeah. They're successful enough to launch the 360. 360 was like, wow, we've actually got something here. 360 to the Xbox One, they were like, wow, we just shit the bed, right? That's like when they got their arrogance. Their arrogance was like, yep, look what we're gonna do. Here it is. And that was kind of what
they remembered, that they're Microsoft, and they wanted to introduce. You remember, the Xbox One originally, they were like, this is like a computer.
They were like, it's online all the time.
13 years ago,
TV.
The world wasn't ready for that.
Yeah. Right. And like in some aspects, they were way ahead of what people knew that they wanted, which is usually a downfall that you hear all the time. But you're right. And they got you know, they had their, yeah, Andy's wearing the perfect hat for that. But like, they had that weird transition from the Xbox One. They had their whole entire thing where there's like, you need the Kinect, and then they're like, well, you don't need it, so we're going to launch it separate, but you have to buy it now. And then they did this whole thing. Phil Spencer kind of does his good gracious tour of, you know, backwards compatibility, the Xbox One X. You brought the Series X. Like, all of that has been fairly successful. You have Game Pass. You have all these programs that are working in their favor, looking like, holy shit, look at them. They're back. They're doing their shit. And then you get to this point now where it's like full circle again. I don't want to say they're arrogant, because they're firmly not arrogant, because they're not in first or second place. If you want to take places, granted, they're not in competition with apparently other gaming companies.
They're moving the goalposts.
Right. Yes, exactly. And so now it's back to that point where like, oh yeah, we forgot how influential and powerful we are. So guess what? We're going to force all of our things to be one thing now. But then we're also going to, it almost feels like they are isolating a group of people now, though, right? It feels like that's their approach, which is what they were doing when the Xbox One launched. They are isolating people who were like, well, what if I don't have internet or good enough internet to be online all the time? They're like, well, you could play the 360. It's like, you don't understand how shitty of a comment that is to people. You know what I mean?
Yeah. How?
And now they're like, well, this is going to be a premium product. And if you can't buy the premium product, guess what? Keep what you have, because you could just be in our ecosystem, get Game Pass and all this other stuff. It feels like we're back at that again. That's what the point I really like you made.
In the climate that this world is going through right now, to be like, we're going to launch a premium product.
Yeah.
There's not
nobody's, they already don't
premium money.
Yeah. They already don't make, obviously, you know, they sell, I don't know, I think it was 5-1 on like PlayStation 5s, right? For the Xbox stuff. So a premium product that's going to cost more than a PS6 when they're both anticipating launching in 2027. I mean, that's going to be a lot. It's going to be tough. I don't know. We'll see though. I don't know. It's very, very strange. Dan, you got any final moments? Andy, I know you kind of were frozen there for a little bit. We continue the conversation, but do you have any final thoughts or anything you wanted to point out before we move on?
Just that, you know, I've loved Xbox for a long time, but it seems that we can't go a day or two without just something where I'm just like, it makes me just want to be like, why, you know, why? Like, what's, you know, I just want to go back to being excited about games and looking forward to games. And
I see what you mean.
Leave it at that. Like,
stop. Yeah. It's like, stop doing things. Shush for a little bit.
Just like, go lay down for a few, like, just go lay down and take a break. You're getting all excited. Like, you know, I know you're having fun. I know you're excited. Like, but just sit down, take a few minutes, like, just relax.
Yeah. It's kind of crazy, but I don't know. Andy, you got any final takes before we wrap it out?
Yeah. I just wanted to quickly touch on the competition being like the freeform video thing again.
That's where we lost him. That's right. There it is.
I was my last thought on that is just like, you know, you can't directly compete about that. You talked about movie versus TV show versus video game. I mean, that's something that exists right now.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they're looking at competition being, you know, anything else that can take your time versus another game company, you know, but in a sense, that's the same thing.
Right.
You have PS5 taking your time instead of the Xbox.
It's an unspoken competition that everybody knows is out there. Everybody's fighting for time, obviously.
Yeah.
So why do you have to say
was your computer wigged out? Did you hear Jordan's comment about McDonald's?
I did not hear that.
Yeah, I said, yeah, okay. It's like, you know, because McDonald's is not worried about Dick's Sporting Goods, right? They're not like, they're like, I'm going to go get a cheeseburger. Oh shit, I need new cleats though instead. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's not, that's, for me, that might be a little drastic, but it doesn't seem like it seems like the same approach, to be honest. I don't know. Granted, I don't make nearly as much money as the rest of those people that are running these things, but it almost feels like they're trying to sell themselves while also trying to sell the other people. They're like, we have a good idea, right? Right?
Yeah.
No.
it's like that the smartest guy in the room, I guess that the comment about compete, social media is our competition. It's like, okay, yeah, but anyway,
Yeah.
like that's the person in the corner of the room that just always has something to say.
Yeah. Like, what do you think
And
about
they
competing with
said that they were
TikTok?
like, actually, TikTok is our competition. And somebody at Microsoft was like, you're right.
Oh,
We're
you're
gonna run
thinking,
with that.
you're thinking outside the box. I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's
Just-
not something that they can directly compete with, but going the way of, say, the PC, that's something that they could try to get people to, say, watch on their product. So
Yeah.
they're still spending time on their product, and you've kind of seen these, going back to 360. 360 was when they first started offering TV and movies. Now, granted, I think they stopped doing that, but if it's a PC, there's other ways to do that. You could, um, so, uh, you know, other ways of getting them to use your product is what it seemed would be the most logical approach with what it
Yep.
seems like they're doing.
Yeah. That's what that's what I meant by a gutted PC experience. You're not going to get a web browser like the normal, like you're not going to get Photoshop on it, like those guys. You know what I mean? Like those kind of things.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's going to be a very gutted, focused PC, but also I don't know. It's hard. John, you were going to say something.
Yeah. I was just gonna say to quote Celine Dion, it's all coming back now.
Thank you. Yes.
I'm
glad
I got that in there.
I'm glad
you didn't need to come back to me.
I did. I regret it. Right now I regret it, but that's okay.
Fix it in post.
Yeah. Well, right now,
to Andy's point, TikTok. How do you think TikTok feels getting called out like that? Like Microsoft is like, TikTok's our competition, and TikTok's like, what?
You're like, wait a damn minute. Well, you almost bought us. Holy shit. You know what I mean?
You're not our competition. Why are we your
I don't think they give a
competition?
shit.
No, I don't think they're like,
No.
okay. Yeah, I guess.
They're probably like, what?
Yeah. McDonald's started selling cleats. Dick's Sporting Goods like, oh shit. Nah, we don't care. Those are the big topics. Of course, always going to be apparently Xbox
No kidding.
themed for eternity, because that's just the way it is.
Can't wait until next week's episode.
Yeah, we'll have more
see
Xbox news.
What Microsoft has done then.
I did hear somebody, I was watching another podcast, shout out to the Kind of Funny crew. They're fantastic, but they're saying like, it seems like the other companies are now boring because Microsoft is constantly in the news, right? PlayStation and Nintendo are like, okay, we have games coming out and games releasing. I guess just keep talking. I guess I don't know how else to do it.
Why don't you come buy our shit?
Yeah. Oh, hey, they're not doing it anymore. Just buy our shit, I guess. The next topic we have, these are all kind of quick hits, so they're not intense like stories like the others were, but Amazon laid off 14,000 people. That's crazy. But it also had a significant hit to their games industry, which is why we're talking about it. Let's see here. This article's from Games Radar. Scott McCree. Amazon Games gutted amid 14,000 layoffs. Work on first-party games and MMOs in particular scaled back. Casual and AI-focused games is a continued focus now. We have made the difficult decision to halt significant amount of our first-party AAA game development work. This came also off of the news of New World. I don't know if you heard about New World, MMO being shut down. Going to still be operational and playable until 2026, but they did recently shut that game down, which sucks because it actually had a fantastic expansion or add-on to that game, which came out, which people really, really loved. So always sucks to see a game sunset. Amazon confirms it's reducing its global workforce by approximately 14,000 roles, and there have been substantial cuts across its bludgeoning video game division, reported by Bloomberg's Jason Schreier in a memo of Amazon staff reviewed by Bloomberg. Games Vice President Steve Boom says the company is leaning into things that Amazon does best. The memo, which reached Variety shares in full, notes that Amazon will halt significant amount of its first-party MMO development. Amazon Games is currently the publisher for MMOs like NCSoft's Throne and Liberty, Smilegate RPG's Lost Ark. Oh, that sucks. I actually really enjoyed that one. And both its publisher and developer behind the 2021 MMO RPG New World, which I just discussed. That game's team, Amazon Games Orange County, is working on the Lord of the Rings MMO. So just people's weird focus right into job reduction in the gaming industry. AAA studios are understanding that it's not viable anymore. People always look at the number one line item or the highest cost line item, and it's usually payroll, and they usually attack that, right? So that's usually what it goes for. It just sucks across the board. Some of these companies making record profits and still this stuff happening, right? Just sucks to hear. So there's not a lot of going into that one. Just wanted to bring it up that it sucks, especially the AI focused games. What are we doing? What are we doing? Right? So far, sure, I'm all about innovation, but we're not there yet.
What does that mean? What is AI focused?
Nobody knows, Andy. Nobody fucking knows.
Like, you got people releasing games completely made from AI out on, everything, Steam, Xbox Store, this AI slop, as it's often called.
Yes.
And it's like, is that what they're trying to do? They're trying to make a game like
put a game out as quickly and low cost as possible. Dan, as the resident AI guy who likes all the AI stuff and loves it and wants to play all the AI games, what do you think? What do you think about that kind of that quote, casual and AI focused games?
Here's the thing, AI, right? Like, there's a lot of things I think that AI can do that are going to be great for gaming in general, right? Like, if they can help expedite or trim down the amount of work or whatever on like routine parts of the process, right?
Yeah.
Be it code generation or scrubbing or whatever. Great. But I think that just like everything else with AI, when I hear that, I worry that this is going to be this thing where we're going to try to force shove a technology that's maybe here into something where it needs to be here, right? And you can end up with a whole lot of problems. I just want people to focus on making games that I wish we would get back to the basics of like economics, right? What does the market want? What does the market enjoy? What is the market asking for? And then just try to make the best version of that.
Yep. It is, it's so funny. It is, and it has been proven that is that simple, right? It has been proven. What are people talking about late in the last couple of years? Boulder Gates 3, right? Boulder Gate 3. Fantastic independent studio. Made a game, sold really well because it was good and because people saw how good it was and then they bought it. Same exact thing with Clear Expedition 33, right? Clear Obscure Expedition 33. A smaller team put out a fantastic game that was not, I don't think, full priced. I don't think so. I think it was a $30, $40, $50 game, right? So a good,
it was like 50.
Good introduction price to especially a new team doing their first game. And it's fantastic. People bought it. People played it. People love it. They're talking about game of the year. Like, I mean, it's those kind of things. It's been proven time and time again. We've seen it with the indie industry lately. They're putting out bangers all the time. Not all these, Call of Duty doesn't win the stuff it used to. Even the large scale Bethesda games are not as coveted as they used to be, right? It's like that is becoming a thing. Like we don't need the biggest stuff. And just because you can't make the biggest stuff, you're like, well, how do we make the cheapest stuff now? But then that you lose the creativity and you lose the individuality of those games. And that's really what this AI slop is really coming down to. And it sucks. It really, really sucks. But I don't know. John, you big AI guy? Go ahead. Go ahead, Andy. Sorry.
Going back to what Dan said about, capabilities being here and trying to like make it something where the technology's not there or, it just can't be done. Do you remember, gosh, I feel like it was a while ago now when literally everybody was like talking about the metaverse.
Yeah.
You
Mm-hmm.
remember that time?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and now nobody talks about that crap at all.
And like
Because
NFTs
nobody
and shit.
cared about it. And NFTs, yeah, those are somehow still around. But yeah, nobody cares about them anymore.
How many of those do you have, John?
NFTs?
Yeah.
I have 3.
Hell yeah.
Not just.
I know you're joking. I was actually hoping you did, but I was like, I don't think he does. There's no way. He's just holding on to it. Like, wait a second.
He's lying.
I was like, wait, there's no way. No way. No. But John,
that's just the thing where the technology wasn't where it needed to be, like, and nobody gave a shit.
Yeah.
Like
nobody asked for it.
Wants to be, yeah.
Nobody asked for it, and
I
you're
don't
like,
want to be a virtual.
but here's this.
Me.
I want to be the real me.
Yeah, exactly.
John, how do you feel? AI, man. What do you feel? I use it. I just did earlier. I used generative fill on Photoshop. So like that kind of stuff, great. But I had my work and then I filled around it. So like, you know what I mean? Or even AI when it's like remove the background of a certain picture or image. It's like take the image so I can get the thing and the focus of the main thing. I use that. That's very, very effective and very nice. And I'm not like creating something brand new. From the people who say AI artists fucking drive me nuts. There's no such thing as an AI artist. Anyways, John, I'm sorry. Go ahead. I could rant forever.
I don't want.
You broke John's brain.
You can't. Honestly, it's a little scary. AI with you hear articles like this. Well, this company's going to AI. They're gutting 14,000 jobs. All this. This company's gutting this. This company's gutting that because they're going towards AI. I feel like there's gonna come a point where there's gonna be more people than jobs. Like there kind of already is. Depending on where you live, I don't know. I think that I've said it before, like it's going to get worse before it gets better. And it's maybe starting to come to fruition a little bit. It's weird times, but I say I don't want to sound hypocritical because it's like, well, AI tools like that, like, oh, those are awesome. Those are cool. Like, yeah, that's fine. Like, that's still replacing somebody's job, So do we have to pick and choose where AI is good and where AI is bad and who makes that decision?
Yes, I think, yeah.
But it's okay that AI has replaced graphic designers, but it's not okay that AI is replacing factory workers.
I don't think it ever could fully replace them.
Broad examples.
Yeah, I don't think AI could ever fully replace the creative aspect of it, right? I think I think AI as a support tool is fantastic. I think it is. If it's going to save you time and efficiency, there's nothing wrong with that. But there is a checks and balances for that too. You don't just be like, schoolwork right now, people are like, write me a paper on X, Y, and Z. And they're like, okay, did it. And then they're like, this was fucking AI. You didn't do any of the work. That's not great, right? You don't learn anything from that. That's the easy button.
Yeah.
That makes you dumber, right? That's just what that does. But like if it comes to non-proprietary thing, I have used it in my work where it's like I'm writing a policy, but those policies are the same no matter where I go because they are the policy. It's like a safety glasses policy. That is just what it is. You don't be like, but then there are customization things that I need to add to it to make it
correct. Yeah.
Customized to my work.
It gave you a framework.
Yes.
And then you went and proofread it and you were like, well, that sounds stupid. I'm going to clean that part up.
Or I need to add this because this doesn't actually affect us, but this is something that we do have. So let me add this section.
It got the wheel turning for you.
Yeah. Well,
I read
and it's not even from scratch though. That's the thing. It's like, these are all policies that exist where I was at previously. And for whatever reason, maybe I wasn't able to bring them with me, but like those policies are pretty much the same. So it's not a proprietary thing that I'm using. safety glass policies need to exist in most manufacturing environments. So like that's a thing,
Yeah.
right? So
I saw a thing today that was like,
I don't know if I
can't
believe
be
you. I don't know if I wait a minute. I don't know if I believe that.
this fucking
Get him.
guy,
What do you even know about safety?
nothing. I don't, not as much as you there, ASP guy.
First of all, no, ASC. Don't give me the credit of the ASP. That's way higher than
Oh,
I've
is it?
done.
Okay, I apologize.
ASP, and then you have the CSP. I'm not there yet.
Whatever, dude. Whatever.
You can't be scared of progress.
Right.
And so AI is progress. It is allegedly the way they're framing it, the future. And you can't be scared of that, and if you put yourselves back in the 1920s when Henry Ford was developing and manufacturing the car, the motor vehicle,
I wasn't alive.
Carriage drivers and the people
I don't know why the way you said that just
wheels and everything that was involved in horse-drawn carriages, they were probably up in arms about, oh my God, this is replacing my job. This is putting me out of work. It's a little bit apples to oranges because it's a vastly different world.
Yeah.
But you can't be scared of progress, and you can't just dismiss it.
Yep. Right.
Because it but it's a double-edged sword because Skynet. So who knows?
Exactly right, dude. But also you have to think. Usually, progress and innovation comes the fastest when there's money to be made. Right.
Yeah,
that's the only time it ever. That's the only time it ever really takes the official way.
And I don't know the validity of this, but another thing that I completely smoking the utopian weed here. If the world just went AI, if the world just went AI and did everything, in theory, nobody needs to work anymore. And that would collapse the economy because you don't need the economy anymore. Like, I don't know, that's some utopian shit.
Yeah, I'm not ready to go there. I'm not ready to do that. Not especially on a video game podcast. I ain't ready to go there. Get me at a late night, 1 o'clock in the morning. I'll definitely dive into that with you. But right now, no, hell no. I'm not ready for that.
But nope. I digress.
Not even a little bit. You might actually have to smoke weed to have that conversation. That's kind of crazy.
You might. I just think it's so funny that we literally have a series of movies about this, and they've always joked about Skynet, and we have movies about this, and we are entering into real life territory of that, and we'll see.
Yep.
As soon as the military comes out and they're like, we're replacing soldiers with AI, that's when you know.
You're like, I need to figure something out, right? Maybe I had to get on the side of AI and be on like, I loved AI this whole time. But that's the thing. They're already going to have watched and scrubbed this video, and they're already going to know who the enemies are. So it doesn't matter.
That's true.
They were like, these fuckers were talking shit about AI. They're our first targets. Moving on. Alan Wake, we already mentioned it, Andy. Turned 2 a couple days ago.
Happy birthday.
Next one I've got here, quick hit, Battlefield Red Sec. I want to talk about this. This is the Battle Royale mode for Battlefield, kind of to compete and throw their hat in the ring against Warzone and those kind of games. I have very early thoughts. I've played a couple rounds. So far, so good. Nice little taste, I guess, if you will, for something like that. Much better than the Battlefield V or 5 attempt that they made. So love to see that more competition coming in for that genre. So that's really cool. I have a story here I wanted to go over with that I am very, very excited about. I'm going to read this headline and you guys just let me know your initial thoughts. This comes from PC Gamer and Rich Stanton. A dev who accidentally listed his game on Japanese Steam as Shitty Dungeon sees skyrocketing wish lists and sales. Quote, everyone was laughing, and honestly, I was laughing like crazy too. Back in August, PCG's Lincoln Carpenter reported on the Modern Life's little issues. So this, in this case, double checking that machine translation tools are accurate. Turin-based developer Paolo Nicoletti, what a fantastic name that is, released a demo for his game, The Crazy Hyper Dungeon Chronicles, on Japanese Steam after using machine tools to translate the text, and ended up listing the game as Kuso Dungeon, which means shitty dungeon or crap dungeon. The game was released on Steam last week, and speaking to GameSpark, Nicoletti says that that this was most memorable moment in development. Definitely the shitty dungeon incident, laughs Nicoletti. When we released the demo on Steam, it didn't have a professional Japanese translation yet. As a result, the title of the game was mistakenly localized as Shitty Dungeon. Pictures of the game's Steam page and title quickly went viral on Japanese social media before spreading even more widely. Everyone was laughing, Nicoletti says, and honestly, it was laughing like crazy too. It was a completely unintentional incident, but it garnered a lot of attention for the game and caused a huge increase in wish list. It was accidental marketing at its finest. The funny thing is that they were laughing at the name, not the game, which is actually appreciated and commented on positively. Let's see here. I'm trying to find out if they go over with how much. It's now available. The Hyper Crazy Dungeon Chronicles is available and sitting at a mostly positive on reviews on Steam. What a fantastic story, right? What a just a great, like, we released our game, translation wasn't right, game came out as Shitty Dungeon. Maybe you should have left it as that at that point. You know what I mean?
I feel like you have to.
Yeah.
Like he should have just called it Shitty Dungeon everywhere. Like the crap dungeon.
Some people told me that it reminded them of the feeling of everything being a discovery they had when they played older games, says Nicoletti. But the most memorable messages came from players who told me that it made them laugh out loud. To me, there's no greater compliment than that. The name will, unsurprisingly, not be changing back, even if it did lead to some minor viral success. After all, Nicoletti says some things are more important. I can't tell my mom, hey mom, the name of the game I made is Shitty Dungeon. That's the end quote, which is just a fantastic story. I wonder if apparently not. It went viral and people wishlist it, which is obviously the best way to promote a game on Steam. We have another one here. Konami turned down a Matrix game 26 years ago. The reason that this is coming out is because somebody just brought it up, and you know who famously used to work at Konami was Hideo Kojima, who's a big Matrix guy, loves the Matrix. He said, if someone would have told me, maybe there could have been a way to make it work. Andy, Dan, we'll start with you. How would you think a Konami Matrix game would have turned out? Just as crazy as all these other games, or do you think it would have been
probably trippy and wild and very like high level, like meta type stuff? I mean, not to say that it wouldn't be fun or whatever, but it would definitely be unique. And I don't think if anybody's going to take on kind of a crazy world like the Matrix, like who better than him?
Yeah. Somebody with one of the craziest minds out there. 100%. Andy, what do you think? Would you have played a Kojima Matrix game?
I probably would have played any Matrix game back then. I mean, that's
yeah, it's true.
That's back in 1999. So we're talking about like when the first Matrix came out, and we're also talking about like PlayStation 1.
Yeah,
you know, this would have been on PlayStation 1. Potentially or early PlayStation 2, if they were just in talks at that time. So there would have been limitations. It would have been more along the lines of Enter the Matrix or
Metal Gear,
Path of Neo. But they still could have. I mean, you compare that to some of the games he worked on, Snake Eater, and such, that was on PS2. And for being on PS2, that game was beautiful. So
yeah,
I definitely think he absolutely could have made a great game. Definitely something better than Enter the Matrix.
Those games were fun though, Andy. They were a good time. Like those games.
They were. I think Path of Neo was a little bit better.
Yes.
They weren't bad games. Enter the Matrix was just it needed more time. There was a little.
Yes,
it needed more time for polish.
The bullet time, man, it was so much fun. It was a good time. I loved it. There was just so much fun to. I don't know. Just I have fond memories of the game. Wasn't the greatest, but it's one of those games where Who gives a shit? I had fun playing it. I don't care what anybody else thinks.
Yeah. I mean, I still have both of them, so I can't talk too much.
Another article, quick hit here. So this one says this year's JRPG remakes keep proving that old games don't just get by on nostalgia, but that they're really still good games, right? Is what a lot of this approach is. And I didn't want to start with JRPGs, but I want to stay with remakes in general. If they don't change too much and they just bring it to modern standards, I think that's a true statement. I mean, John, you mentioned RE2, a remake, right? That game was pretty close, right? Pretty close to the original. So it's like, if you're true to that, this just proves that they're good games, not that it's a nostalgia drive, I feel like. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, for the most part. Yeah.
So I think that's a really good take. That's a pretty good article. It's Games Radar. It's also by Carrie Brunskill. Sorry. So I think it's just cool to see more games getting remastered or even remade. Either way, I will take both.
Have there been any great games and maybe a remake or a remaster ruined it? Are there any? Do we have any that go to that end of the spectrum?
I don't know, Andy. Do you have any? Yeah. Yes. At first.
Okay. I will say you're talking about the definitive edition.
Yeah.
I played so I got the definitive edition. It came out in October, I think, maybe in November, and I got it in January, like just a couple months after it came out, and I beat the snot out of it. I played 3, got all the achievements. I moved on to Vice City, got all the achievements, 100%, all the achievements, everything. San Andreas, beat the game, 100%, all the achievements, everything. I beat there is nothing left to do in any 3 of those games in the definitive edition, and I did not encounter one single thing that the community was saying was happening. I saw videos, so I'm aware that the things were happening, but I did not encounter any problems through my entire run through of the definitive edition.
It's funny, that was my Cyberpunk experience as well. I didn't have any of the problems that even Dan had, that he was talking about. I had none of them, which was crazy to me. Everyone's like, "Oh, it doesn't work. It's broken. I'm T-posing. Vehicles are flying through the air. This stuff's not finished." And I was like, I had a great time. So I apologize.
I tried to change the radio in the car on one save, and then I just had no sound ever again.
Never change the radio station, Dan. Come on, dude. But John, back to go ahead, Dan. Sorry, go.
That's what I get for getting it early. I won your marbles giveaway, and I was like, I want Cyberpunk, and then you got it for me, and it fucking sucked.
Oh man, yeah, that was a long
great later. Playing it later, fantastic.
But. Yes. John, to your point, have there ever been poorly received remasters or remakes? A couple examples. Andy's is on there, the trilogy, the Grand Theft Auto trilogy. Warcraft 3 Reforged, Silent Hill HD Collection, which was Silent Hill 2 and 3. Tony Hawk Pro Skater HD remastered in 2012.
Okay. Yeah.
Bomberman Act Zero. That was apparently poorly received. And then the last one was
360 launch game. I didn't realize that was a remake or.
Yeah, that's what it says. This 2006 remake changed the beloved colorful aesthetic of Bomberman to a dark and gritty one, which was significant departure from the series' identity and was poorly received. And then Dungeon Keeper was the last one. The remake of a 1997 classic was widely considered a failure, criticized by changing the core gameplay to a free-to-play model that relied on microtransactions. Yeah, that'll do it. That'll absolutely do it. That will 100%. That'll take care of that for you.
Microtransaction, that's like a cuss word.
Yeah, you're like, oh, we took this game that didn't exist in microtransactions, then made it free, and then we're like, now you got to buy microtransactions. Of course, people are going to be pissed off at that. Why? No, I didn't work in market research for that, and I could have told you if you just called any person and was like, that's a bad idea. They're like, what do you know? Let's see here. Next story we got: Japan Patent Office rejects Nintendo's capture mechanic patent. Sorry.
real quick. Also, I
Nice.
said it at the beginning too when I was talking about Resident Evil. Resident Evil 3 remake, universally shat on.
It is.
But-
Never heard that.
It is. If you were to go to, I did look it up earlier. Metacritic for Resident Evil. Not everything to live by and die by, but they do have user scores and meta scores, which is critics, right? So critic, it's sitting at a 79, but user score, it's sitting at a 67. So
Disagree.
I don't think it's not bad. That's not that bad.
Is there some consumer responsibility that maybe you need to? I don't know. I don't know. Were your expectations too high?
Well, it's 2 probably is what set the standards. 2 is what set the standards. But
because they did 2 and then they cranked out 3 a year later. So I think a lot of one of the big complaints was time.
I don't think that's right, because a lot of times they were off, right? They went 2, like a remake, then a new one, and then a remake, and then a new one. I think I'm pretty sure. But either way, you still, if you make a 3 remake, you still have to follow up the other remake, right? That's still the lingo. So I think that's kind of how that works.
Resident Evil 2 remake was January 2019. Resident Evil 3 remake was April 2020. So it was a year and 3 months.
So maybe they did. Well, then did one of them not release
it was
7? Hold on. Well, when did Resident Evil 7 release? Now I'm curious.
2017.
Holy
Resident Evil 7
that was
January of 2017.
That was almost, we're going up on 10 years almost. That's banana shit right there. Holy hell.
Village was May of 2021.
That just blew my mind. That feels like that was not that long ago. Holy cow. Okay. Well, next topic we have.
Do you need to take a minute now?
I think I need to go take a nap. Holy shit, man.
We're getting old.
Yeah. Jesus Christ.
Earlier, when we were doing all the Xbox talking, and we are talking about the Xbox One and the decisions that they made with that, and I was talking, and I had to remember like oh, we're talking circa 2012, 2013, and I looked down at my computer to see it's 2025, so I got to do the quick math, and I'm like, 13 years ago, 12, 13 years, like, wow,
that's kind of crazy shit, man. It's flying by. Next topic. Japan Patent Office rejects Nintendo's capture mechanic patent attempt. That's good news, by the way. That's absolutely fantastic news. This article comes from Windows Central. Jennifer Young. Nintendo's patent relevant to the Power World case has been rejected by Japan's office for lacking originality. What happens next? Japan's patent office rejects key Nintendo patent claim, potentially strengthening Pocket Pair's defense in the Power World dispute. Which is, I think everybody agrees outside of Nintendo, you cannot patent a fucking game mechanic.
Game mechanics, yeah.
Right? Imagine if, by the way, if let's just say a genre was patented, a game where you jump from platforms. Oh, platformers forever. Mario was not the first platformer. If that was the case, they would have done that, and then none of these other platformers would have ever existed. Would never had Nintendo, would have had never Mario, blah, 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 right? So that's why you can't do that. You can expand on it. I think you can do your own iteration, like the Nemesis system. You know what I'm talking about, Andy? You're probably the only one who's going to know. In the Shadow of Mordor game, that Nemesis system is fantastic, and it hasn't been done correctly. And I hope somebody rips it off real soon and puts it in some kind of game.
That is patented, isn't it?
Are you sure? There's no way. There's no way they got away with that.
Sure that the Nemesis system is patented.
All right. Researching it right now. Is because that they used it in is it copyrighted? The Nemesis system is not copyrighted, but patented by Warner Brothers.
Yep. Until
August 11th, 2036. How the fuck do you, and they don't even use it.
Exactly. So it's just sitting there and nobody can use this.
Just make it, but then don't call it the Nemesis system. The fuck? Call it the bad guy system.
The only thing I
Dan?
can think of that made them get away from that is that it was genuinely like innovative at that time.
Okay, that makes sense.
These things that Nintendo is trying to patent aren't, they're things that have been around forever.
It's funny, they only give a shit now. Digimon has been around for a long time.
Yeah, since Pokemon.
Yeah, exactly. They're like, yeah, wait. These guys, Digimon, we let you do your thing because you're not terribly successful, right? I'm sure you are in your own right. But Power World, you're like, hey, wait a fucking second, right? You're giving our cute little Pokemon guns.
If I'm Microsoft, I'm blasting this article everywhere.
Oh yeah,
they don't need to do anything.
It'll come back to them, and they'll be like, you know what? Actually, that's not a bad idea.
And keep their mouths shut and just be like,
Microsoft would be like, look at this. Look, Nintendo's bad, and then they'd be like, actually, we could do that. And then you're like, fuck, now we're the bad guys again.
They'll find a way to screw it up.
You know what? This is antiquated.
Yeah, that capture, that's antiquated. You don't want it. You don't want to use it. Come on, nobody wants to use it.
There's a comment on the article that says that this is potentially all because Nintendo saw the money that Power World brought in. They want to sue them into oblivion or hold them in court long enough to bleed for them to die so they could make their own version of the game. And that alone should be enough of a reason for people to stop supporting such a tyrant company. Now, the last sentence, it's like, okay, Nintendo's not going anywhere.
No,
they're not.
Nintendo
and guess what?
Anywhere.
Stuff like this, that's what they are known for.
And Nintendo and Game Freak can't make a pretty looking Pokemon game. They just can't do it. They cannot do it. They refuse to.
I don't understand.
I know what Game Freak can do because they showed a trailer of a game that looks absolutely gorgeous. But guess what? They're like, don't make it too good. Actually, dumb that down a little bit for me, would you? Thanks. They just can't do it. Next one. You thought we were done with Xbox? Wrong. Xbox FY26 Q1 earnings. Game Pass lifts revenue as console sales plunge nearly 30%. Xbox content and services revenue is up a measly 1%. But that 1% is probably pretty big for them. For Microsoft's latest quarter, beating expectations through continued growth in Xbox Game Pass and third-party content. Their hardware sales went down 29%. Big shocker, because nobody knows why to get one anymore, right? I feel like that's a driven thing that they've been beaten into the ground. So we don't have to talk about Xbox anymore. That's not a surprise. Their stuff that they want to grow is growing. Their hardware is probably reducing, and that's probably not a surprise to them either, given that they're just moving towards a more premium third-party approach. Second to last. I've got a new good one. I'm excited for Andy to see more than anybody. But after this one, Limited Run Games announces 25 new physical releases at LRG 3 2025. Some of the games in this collection. Actually, is this from Gamatsu? Who actually did this one? It's Sal Romano. I don't know if there's any relation to Ray Romano. Had to be said. Limited Run Games announced over 25 new titles that will receive physical releases as a part of LRG 25 showcase, including Capcom Arcade Stadium, Fear Effect 2, Fuga, Melodies of Steel, Fuga, Melodies of Steel 2, Fuga, Melodies of Steel 3, and Onimusha 2, Samurai's Destiny. Some other ones that I wanted to point out. Little Samson coming to a physical copy, Andy, and you don't have to spend like 4 months of mortgage on it. You know what I mean? So that's kind of cool. That's kind of neat. Granted, you could emulate, but anyways, nobody does that.
Exactly.
Another one that I'm really excited for is Arrow the Acrobat Collection, getting a physical release.
Oh, cool.
Let's go, dude. I'm going to run through these, so I'll just run through them. There's 25 again. Arrow the Acrobat Collection, PS5 and Switch. Angry Video Game Nerd, 8-bit, PS5 and Switch.
I don't want that for Xbox, son of a bitch.
Sorry, Andy. You know Xbox. They don't do physical shit no more, dude. Sorry. Bad Cheese. Hopefully, maybe it's a little Nudge the Cheese game. I don't know. We'll have to look into that, right? A little Nudge the Cheese, Dan. PS5 and Switch.
You got to nudge that cheese, man.
Broken Reality coming out for Switch, Capcom Arcade Stadium, PS4, Xbox One, and Switch. I don't know why those are the names after that, but that's okay. Choi Aniki Collection. I couldn't tell you what that is. Double Shake, Ernest Evans Collection. What is that? Hold on. I don't know.
Evans.
I'm not sure what Ernest Evans Collection is. Fear Effect 2, which we mentioned, and then all the Fuga games. Iron Meat. Again, don't know what that is, but that's coming for PS5, Xbox Series, and Switch. Jay and Silent Bob, Chronic Blunt Punch, PS5 and Switch. Little Goody Two Shoes, PS5 and Switch. Little Samson, PS5, Switch, and PC. Neon, wait, a physical release for PC? That can't be real.
Usually it's like collector stuff and
then a
Steam
code. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I figured. Neon Inferno, PS5 and Switch. Onimusha 2, PS4, Xbox One, and Switch. Pinball FX, Williams Pinball Anthology Volume. Let's go with the pinball. PS5 and Switch. Prison City, PS5 and Switch. You can see a trend here. Prize Fighter Heavyweight Edition, PS5 and PS4. Sigma Star Saga DX, PS5 and Switch. Slam City with Scottie Pippen, Respect Edition.
Oh, yes.
PS5, Xbox Series, PS4, and Switch. Excuse me.
Yeah, I'm totally getting that.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Tactical Takedown, Xbox Series, Switch, and PC. Toxic Crusaders, PS5,
yes.
Xbox Series, and Switch. Hell yeah.
We're definitely getting that one.
Trials of the Blood Dragon, which I love the Trials game. I'll probably end up getting that one too.
I want the Toxic Crusader, just the soundtrack. Like,
yeah,
if they
I know,
do like
right?
a vinyl.
Get a vinyl, then that'd be nice. You can invite us all over, and we could just sit on the couch and listen
Sit in
to
my
it.
living room, and all my neighbors can hear me like, for like 4 hours. I'm like, what the fuck is going on over there?
Trials of the Blood Dragon, PS4 and Xbox One. Turbo Overkill, PS5, PS4, Switch, PC. Valiant Hearts, Coming Home, PS4, Xbox One, Switch, PC. And Xeno Tilt, PS5 and Switch. Some pretty good games in there. I love that. I absolutely love that. So, Andy, I know you're a big connoisseur of the limited run games selection. Obviously, you saw a trend.
I can only get some of them sometimes.
Right. Obviously, you saw a trend in here. A little disappointing on the Series Xbox front on some of those, but I think either way.
Just real quick.
Yeah, what's up, dude?
Pulling Toxic Crusaders up on Steam. It was pushed back because originally we were looking at December 2025 as a release, and it's been pushed to early 2026 now.
Damn.
Because they're trying to tighten up that sound quality. Make sure
they are top notch, baby.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. I'm gonna get all. You're getting all four of us to buy it. A beat 'em up. Why not, man? It sounds good.
Mm-hmm.
I just hope that blares in the background
stream
the
that
whole
live
time.
on the podcast.
Yep. Man, have a stream. Oh man, live stream with it. That'd be crazy. The next one I want to show off. Last story.
Real quick.
Did
you ever play Slam City?
I have to refresh my memory because
it's an FMV game.
Oh, then I definitely didn't.
You didn't play
it's a Sega CD game. Or
Sega CD.
Okay.
It's it's an FMV game. So
that's
and
crazy.
It's street basketball. And you have to beat these like street people, and because it's an FMV game, it's fucking hard as hell.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, of course it is. Yeah. I've seen this game many times at Disc Replay.
Yeah. They've had a copy there for a while, I think.
Yeah.
But yeah,
is it expensive?
I don't think so.
I mean, I think they're trying to sell it for like $80. At least a Disc Replay,
which is not terrible compared to, you know what I mean? Let's see here. PC games. Oh, it's a 32X game and it's CD game. The 32X complete in box is the expensive one. The Sega CD is only like 30 is what it's charging for, at least.
I've got price charting tells me it's $12.50.
Loose?
No, CIB. Slam City with Scottie Pippen. You know what?
Wait for it. Wait for it.
I'm looking at it. I'm looking at a PC copy.
No, that's crazy. I was waiting for it. I'm letting him figure it out. Because I saw that one, but exactly went away from it and went to the two that mattered. It's all right. He got there. We let him get there on his own. That's the important thing.
You know what? That's the only one showing up for me when I search. Let me search Slam City because I searched Scottie Pippen.
What? How did you even get a result just searching Scottie Pippen? You would have got like a Wikipedia page. Did you know that he played for the Bulls and was number 33?
Oh my God.
Okay. Yeah. Slam City. The 32X 7655 and the Sega CD 3111.
Absolutely beautiful. Who would have thought, right? Who would have thought?
Yep.
Andy, this one's for you. Okay.
All right.
You may have already seen the news. You may have not already seen the news. You've already probably seen the talking points and probably looked at everything. But this one's for you. And myself.
Chickens.
I know you look at these chickens.
Chickens.
But this is gonna look you already tell where we're going, Andy. This is called NBA The Run.
Chicken. Oh, that went down.
NBA The Run, Andy. 3-on-3.
3-on-3. Okay.
Does it look at least a little familiar?
A little bit.
A little bit, right? Not so like exaggerated body parts. We'll see though. I don't that's not me saying EA Big is back. But this is pretty cool. Right? We're hopefully going in the right direction. It looks a little not as smooth as I want it to look. Right?
Yeah.
But it is the first trailer coming out in 2026 for everything. I'm pretty excited about it. It's giving me
Scottie Pippen, John.
Yeah, sorry, John. No Scottie Pippen in this one. It is giving me NBA Street vibes.
Doncic wearing a Bill Belichick sweater, though.
Yeah. But it is giving me NBA Street vibes, right? And that's kind of what I got from this.
It looks a little cartoonish.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Not too cartoonish.
Not like that other one that they just had. NBA. Oh, what was it called? Playgrounds. Right. It's not like that, but it does kind of give off that vibe of NBA Street, which I'm hoping is the case. As long as it's good, that's all I can ask for. I just want to get back to that time of the EA Big series and all those games that they pushed out. And hopefully this is maybe a foot in the right direction. Then again, they went private. So who knows what EA is doing with all their stuff, right?
Is this an EA game?
No, this is not. This is, what did the thing here down here say? Developed by Play Studios in collaboration with the NBA is what it says.
Yeah. It does have NBA license, so
yeah, which is kind of good.
That's something.
Yeah, which is good. It's gonna have the people in it. But that one was for you. I just wanted to make sure you saw it. I will see what comes of it and everything else, but I think that's exciting stuff. Oh man, long show, everybody. I was gonna. Oh, Andy, I do games that came out this week. Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection. Did you end up getting that? Or did you get that through somebody else? What's the story on that?
I pre-ordered the physical version through Limited Run because
so you'll get it. You'll get it next year. Got it.
Yeah, I'll get it in June. So
love that.
Checks out.
I love that. I'm trying to
they only had the regular version, I think, and if you just get the game, they usually come a lot quicker than the special editions.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool.
Yeah. Because I like for Tomb Raider 3 through 6 or 4 through 6, I just got the game and it came near when they said it would. So
can you still get that or no?
Not unless they release it in the vault, because I already got my copy.
Damn it. They already stopped that one. Damn.
Yeah.
Damn. I'll look at it maybe later.
You can watch they have this vault.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at right now.
The extras. So keep an eye on that. You never know what'll pop up on there.
For sure. Right now they got Jurassic Park in there. Ooh, very
It's
cool.
been there for a while. I guess they can't sell their extra ones.
Like somebody just take them. Just take them.
Yeah.
Cool. I was gonna ask you, there's another one here, another big one, Virtual Fighter 5 Revo World Stage, because they just keep making 5 different versions of 5 and not making a brand new one, which they are making a new one. Hopefully we'll see that soon. The Outer Worlds 2, Dan, let's go. We're excited for that. Hell yeah. Halls of Torment.
Before bed.
Halls of Torment. I guess it's probably more for Dan. John, I know he's not going to play it. Andy, maybe you will. It's on Game Pass, so you can play it. So take Diablo 2 style graphics, right? Whatever. Mash it together with Vampire Survivors. That's what Halls of Torment is. It's awesome. It is fucking fantastic. So I strongly recommend you guys play that one. Very, very good. What else? There was another one. Dragon Quest 1 and 2 HD 2D remakes. Whatever. And a big game for a lot of content creators out there. Arc Raiders came out today as this recording, which is the 30th. So that's pretty cool, I guess, for all of them. But Halls of Torment is sitting at an 88 currently on Metacritic, which is really good. So always mega. The Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection though, 89. So a lot of people are saying it's not just up-resed ports, but it's actually like a trip down. Mortal Kombat's like, it's like a museum, right? They took love and care into this, so that's always good to hear, especially for that game.
I got this as well off of Amazon. I don't know.
I can see it a little bit. Yeah, it's blurring it, but what is it?
It's a Mortal Kombat Flawless Victory, super thick book that goes through the history and lore of Mortal Kombat. Which Mortal Kombat has some of my favorite lore. I'm more interested in the lore of fighting games than playing them, to be honest.
Come on, Andy, play some fighting games with me, dude. Come on. Right, Dan?
Yeah.
Right, Dan? Play
wrestling
fighting
game.
games with you, piece of shit.
Wrestling game.
You piece of shit, dude. You piece of shit. But yeah, holy shit, long episode. I knew we had a lot to talk about. I appreciate you guys hanging in there. I know we had some hiccups in the middle, but we'll put all that out and you won't even notice. If you watch all the way to the end, now that I just confessed, you will notice, but that's okay. Next week, I have given these guys some homework. Now I'm going to put it at the end of this video and say it. So now that they have to do it. And if they don't, we can scold them and obviously shame them into existence. But we're going to be doing 10 games that we would use to tell somebody or get somebody to know us, right? I have 10 games. John has probably played maybe 10 games in his career or his life. Andy, I know you played 10 games. Dan, he probably can put together 10 games that would kind of describe you and who you are. So that's our homework. That's probably going to be next week's episode, unless Xbox decides that they want to talk some more and have more talking points. If not, hopefully somebody else steps up and gives us some news to go by. But we appreciate all of you. Thanks so much for hanging out. Thanks so much for watching this video. It's a long one. The next one won't be as long. Happy Halloween, because this is when you'll be seeing it. And we'll see you guys on the next one. Adios, everybody. Thanks.